And good afternoon, race fans, and welcome here to race number 5 of the 2023 PCSRA Monster Energy Series, coming to you from the Auto Club Speedway of Southern California for our division races. We're going to have 38 laps in each race here today, and if yesterday's race was any indication from the Buffalo Wild Wings Series, as I'm going to save that, we're in for what will be an interesting race. We got Mandry Campbell and Alex Miller on the pole. First pole for Subaru. And then Monica Towns and Sydney Vortex for number 2. And here is the rest of the lineup. Seth Cole, Jared Underhill are back. Ari Springer ran in the Buffalo Wild Wings race yesterday. Lily Gordon making her return to this series, as is Troy Kang. Jackie Tang, one of many drivers in this field. Zoe Perry making her second start. And Danville's Cody Smart round out our field. All right, let's go. Let's go racing, boys and girls. Here's a look at the points entering today's race. All the way down to our rookie points. So Valentina Fernandez comes this race 36 points ahead of Courtney Lynn, second in the points. Mike Chilton, two-time winner this season, he's third in points. Luke Knight, fourth. Melissa Cooper is fifth. Bouvier, sixth. Brittany White, Betty Barrett, Whitney Wolf, Gloria Tucker complete your top 10. Fernandez, Chilton, Wolf, Moore, Springer, who's in this field right here today, Bridget Thomas, Samantha Maple, and Samantha Greenville, and Prudence Littlejohn are inside the top 60 in points. The catch is, Littlejohn's not running the full schedule because she's running the full Truck Series schedule, so it would not count for Prudence Littlejohn because she's not run the full schedule. So those 8 drivers I just mentioned, they currently hold the 8 spots in the playoffs. Of course, June Einstein and Jazz Sugartown have wins but are outside the top 60 in points, meaning their wins would not count towards a spot into the playoffs. I'll fill you in on the other 8 drivers that are in that playoff grid as Division 1 is about to get underway. Green, 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 go, 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 boogity, boogity, boogity. Down into the first corner. Almost 5 wide. So a lot of drivers had trouble in the Buffalo Wild Wings race yesterday, where they got really tight and slid up into one another. So have to keep an eye on these divisions to see if all these drivers can play nicely and not cause a big accident. Oh, and there's a crash already on the first lap. Oh, the 39. Oh, no. Red Riding Hood, Kyle Langland's torn up. Red Riding Hood, who is that? Bo Van Gesset. Lily Gordon is torn up, and already the yellow flag is out. Well, that didn't take long. Gessett's day is done. Hit that for Lily Gordon, her return. That's a good rude introduction rude reintroduction back into the series. All right, let's see what happened. Go up to the 54. And boy, Bo Van Gesset just overdrove the corner and just got Diego Marquez. We didn't have an incident in turn 3 in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race, and we had this problem here today. And then the 039 just comes down and just collects everybody else. I missed that. Oh, so we're going to rewind. So after the 039 takes those 2 in the wall, comes down, gets Kyle Langland, who gets sideswiped. Daniel Voiles, I don't know how in the world he got through that. 05 goes in the air a little bit. Kyle Langland, right side damage to his Jimmy John Chevy. A lot of damage to the Twisted T Ford of Red Riding Hood. Now, I don't know why on earth we are trying to go 4 wide on the first lap of the race. I mean, that seems a bit out of hand if you ask me. That's probably crazy. You go 4 wide and you think you're going to keep it together. You're probably not. Should have been some patience early in the race. I mean, we have 30-something laps to go. I just really don't understand why there was not any common sense on that first part of the race. Anne Maria, Diego Marquez, and Bovin Gesset are out of the race. 29 of the 32 drivers on track and on the lead lap. Back to green. And I'm going to throw a little disclaimer before anyone says a word to me. I hate the new goddamn rules in the group home where we have to be quiet and have to be in our rooms at 10 o'clock. When it's the weekend, we can do whatever the flip we want to. There's Zoe Perry in her second start. Of course, made her debut at, I think it was Atlanta. I haven't seen her since. But she's more excited to get back into racing. Of course, we will have the Diva Series. They will have 10 races coming up. They will return in 2024. Yellow's out again. Oh, Monica Towns. 2 days in a row from Monica Towns. Zachary Taylor got turned around. So did Ricky Cervantes. Dina Voiles got a piece of it. A little bit of a hood buckle on that Mercedes. And it looks like Henry Williams was collected. And the second yellow of the race is out. This is almost like a repeat of the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race where these drivers can't stop wrecking each other. I mean, this is getting really silly. See what happened here to Cervantes. Oh, somebody blew up. Okay, maybe it wasn't. Okay, Monica Towns blew up. This was going into 1 and 2, and yep, mechanical failure. Looks like Henry Williams just slid into the 081's oil. Set the 81 on the wall. Whatever blew on that 81 car was not for good. Daniel Voiles next Zachary Taylor. Let's see how he got the damage. Yeah, it looked like Taylor was going to be fine. But then watch Cervantes there. And DV just nowhere to go and just lightly taps the left side of the Chicago Cubs Ford. Zachary Taylor didn't have a whole lot of damage to that Ford. And Daniel Voiles has got even more damage. Did we have a stack up? I think we did. And DV gets more damage. So did Lily Gordon. Who the flip caused this stack up? Oh, Lily Gordon just can't slow down. Just runs in the back of the 9. Daniel Voiles. Actually, that's Blue Junior in that ride. And I believe the 54 is out of the race. Yep. Daniel Voiles is still repairing. Also, we're being told the 019 of Desiree Voiles is out of the race with an engine failure. So that makes it even miserable for the Voiles clan. Daniel Voiles gets involved in an incident. And now his sister is out of the race with an engine failure. Tough break for Desiree Voiles in her first start of the season. Desiree made the playoffs last season. Unfortunately, she's out of the race with an engine failure. 081's out of the race. Everybody else has continued on. Back to green. And Cervantes is going super slow. Daniel Voiles had to remove the hood on that 26. On that Mercedes. Zachary Taylor looks like the damage isn't too bad, but he's getting held up by Ricky Cervantes. He tried to go to the outside, tried to pass Cervantes, but Cervantes didn't give him a chance. And Zachary Taylor's going to give him the one-finger salute on the way by. Can't say I blame Taylor because he was trying to pass on the outside, and I don't know what that was all about. Ooh, Jarrett. Oh, Ari Springer just put Jarrett in the wall and collected Sydney Vortex, and another caution is out. Well, Jarrett's not going to be a happy camper, and I don't blame him because, to be honest, I just think that was kind of a little careless driving, if you ask me. I doubt Jarrett's going to be happy with Ari Springer. I doubt he's going to be happy with Cody Smart, who owns that Lincoln. Let's see. I don't know. Jarrett came down, but Ari came up. Regardless, that was a collision, and technically I would rule that male abuse, but I'm not going to. And Mandry Campbell took the lead. And Jarrett out of the race, so tough break for Jarrett Underhill. Oh boy. Of course, all of these panelists, all the Triple P clan. Of course, Jarrett was the highest of the Triple P clan coming in this race, and I believe Daniel Voles was like second in points or something like that. I forgot to add Q-Man in here. Oh well. Q-Man had a engine failure yesterday, and couldn't get the car. They couldn't get a new engine. They ended up withdrawing the race. Oh, somebody blew up, and that's William Brock. And Kevin LePage, Zachary Taylor. He took Daniel Voiles and Henry Williams involved. And DV's out of the race. Well, that's another driver who was not paying any attention. Good grief. William Brock just blew up and just didn't pay any attention to see if there was any cars coming. Now back to the line. It's going to be Campbell. Now they have to slow down. That ends the 26th day. Watch the 7. Or did the 80, or did the, let's see. This was on a gear shift, which tried to go to 4th gear and it just blew up on the 7. Ooh, nearly came down to Cody Smart. Cody did a good job. Kyle did a good job. Yeah, I don't know if William was trying to get down there, but he didn't realize Zachary Taylor was there too little too late. Took out Sydney Vortex, Daniel Voles. William Brock also took out his teammate, so I bet his teammate won't be happy, and also collected Red Riding Hood. I doubt DV's going to be happy about this. And that was on a restart. That made 0 sense. But race control assured to us they will look at that incident after the race, so. But it appeared to me like William had the problem, and he was trying to get down the apron. I just don't know if Zachary Taylor's spotter, as we're back to green, I don't know if Taylor's spotter realized that or not. So I bet Zachary Taylor might have a word with William Brock after this one. But I don't know how Zachary Taylor didn't get any damage out of that ordeal. So, yeah. Heather Galloway in the 015. This is going to be her final start in this ride. We're going to have Ruby Easton take over the driving duties beginning, or Ruby, I don't know who's going to be in this ride next week. I know Quentin Moore will be back next week. So. There's Chelsea Richards. Chelsea's had a... As I'm looking at the points, as I can't concentrate because somebody's interrupting. Chelsea. I don't know where Chelsea is in points. I'll have to pull this up. Chelsea is 370, so she's 52nd in points. So if Chelsea Richards wins, she would be in the playoffs. Galloway, on the other hand, would not be in the playoffs. It may just have a Buffalo Wild Wings series driver in this ride for the rest of the season, because Heather Galloway's running full-time in the Buffalo Wild Wings series. There's Henry Williams, a lot of damage to the back of his Captain Morgan Mazda. Mazda's not going to go to victory lane here today. Zachary Taylor's been struggling ever since he got involved in that incident with William Brock. There's Cody Smart battling Seth Cole and Ari Springer. Not the run Ari Springer was wanting. Ari had a rough weekend yesterday in the Buffalo Wild Wings series, and it looks like that might continue today. As my roommate kept interrupting Nathan Orman. We talked about yesterday, Nathan Orman was in the 96, replacing the now ejected Emma Tutu. And unfortunately, he did not have the run he would have liked. But here he is today. He's one of many drivers from the state of California. Jackie Tang is the other. Timmy Turner is also a California driver. Riley Anderson's also a California driver. So we got a lot of drivers who are wanting to go California dreaming. There's Zachary Taylor. Oh, contact between Jackie Tang and Brian Gomez. That was close. That could have been a wreck. Thankfully, it wasn't. There's been some discussions that this series could be broken up into many different variety of series. Let me mention all the real name drivers. They're going to be in the Foster series, like Cody Smart, Alex Miller, Nathan Orman, etc. All of the other drivers could be under like a development series or different steel or whatever. I don't know what that will be, but we'll have to wait and see on that ordeal. There's Zoe Perry, sponsored by, as I can't see what the sponsor is on this 70. Oh, the Mary Kay, that bright pink looking 79. You can definitely pick that car apart. Zoe Perry, a driver who is going to be running full-time in the Divas Series next season, which Divas will only have a 10-race calendar. So that's something we're definitely looking forward to that. Same with Jesse Ard, who's right there. There's Audra Baranowskis. Of course, William Brock and Bovin Gesset and Henry Williams have ran into troubles. Audra Baranowskis, on the flip side, has not run into troubles today. And she nearly got a piece of Cody Smart in the 95. Now, for those that are asking why I have not have Cody Smart's development drivers in that ride, due to the controversy issues with the now banned Allison Rain that we've been dealing with, I'm just taking Cody out of that. I'm just only doing the Triple P schedule, and I may not have this ride. This ride not doing any all-star entries. Are we slow? Is the yellow out? Yeah, yellow's out. Because I don't know why the field was slowing. And doesn't tell me what the yellow's for. Let me look at the pace car. So all the yellow was out and everybody was slowing down. I don't know what the yellow was for. I didn't see a car get turned around, unless I'm mistaken. No, looks like we had a debris caution or something. Probably coming from the 200 of Ricky Cervantes. If that's the case, then, yep, they just told me debris, so. Well, this is really going to shake things up. Got some hungry drivers like Brian Gomez trying to get his first win of the season, trying to get into the playoffs. I don't think Brian Gomez has ever made the playoffs in his tenure. Sean Art trying to get a win for him. And Sean Art has not been to victory lane in a while. 3 laps to go to settle this, and here comes Brian Gomez. And Gomez will clear the Steak and Shake Honda Accord. Now, Emma Tutu was going to be running some part-time races in this 015, but the fact that she's now been banned or been removed from the PCSRA, and some people are telling me that her competitor's license is going to get taken away. I don't know who will be in this ride starting next week. We'll just have to wait and see. As there's Sean Art in the 57, having a very good run is Senor Sean. Of course, Honda Accord trying to go to victory lane for the first time this season. And that might have just sealed it unless the 015 pulls out a big lead that nobody can overcome. Brian Gomez has got one more shot as we're coming to the white flag. He's got to hope Galloway overdrives the corner. There could be also rumors Prudence Littlejohn could be in this ride for a few races, as here comes Brian Gomez trying to get the 015 wide. So we're down the back straightaway for the last time. Oh, Gomez wants this win badly. Here he comes. He's going to sail it in, and he's going to make it stick. And Brian Gomez pleases Cody Smart and will take the win at Auto Club, his first career Monster Energy Series win for the newly formed Watts Motorsports, I think. I think it's Watts Motorsports or something else. I'll have to get a confirmation from Cody. And Brian Gomez, in year 3, gets his first career win. Did he do enough to get himself into the playoffs? We'll have to wait and see. Standings are now official. And congratulations to him, as we're going to show you your results. Gomez the winner. Congrats to him. Galloway came home in second, but we'll take the rookie of the race. Jackie Tang, Sean Art, Frida Suarez, your top 5. Then it was Springer, Baron Asquez, Bridget Thomas, Alex Miller, and Seth Cole, top 10. Jesse Art almost made it in Art Family Motorsports top 10, but she got 11th. Cody Smart, Mandy Campbell, Zoe Perry, Troy King gets 15th. Then it was Richards, Orman, Taylor, Langland, and Sydney Vortex as you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results. 21 cars finished on the lead lap. Henry Williams was the last that finished on the lead lap. Ricky Cervantes, the only car that finished off the lead lap in the 22nd position. And then everybody else finished out of the race. And those drivers were William Brock, Daniel Vols, Red Riding Hood, Jared Underhill, Lily Gordon. Tough break for her in her return to the series. Monica Towns, Desiree Vols, Diego Marquez, Bo Van Gesset, and Ann Maria. So tough break for those drivers. And that was the part-time deal. We're going to get ready for the Division 1 deal as Brian Gomez celebrating his first career win in the Monster Energy Series. I'm going to fill up on my water in a second after I get the starting grid done. You can also check down the description for the timestamps of these races for the divisions. Shut up, official. I was talking, and your big fat mouth had to interrupt me. Rude. As I forgot to change paint schemes on some cars. Oh well. Or actually, no, I changed paint schemes in between races. Never mind. Yeah, if I would have told Jack about the mac and cheese game, I would have told him. Yeah, because he stole my mac and cheese from my room. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to get a refill on the water. I brought my Yeti cup here at Auto Club to stay hydrated. This is a warm day. It's in the 70s. Temperature's like 90 something, so. And, okay, the command has already been given. So, after a interesting part-time race that was won by Brian Gomez, we were told Lily Gordon was asked to meet the officials in the big green truck. Samantha Mabel won last race alongside Lauren Chamberlain, who's on the pole. Then it's Annie Einstein and Allison Washington alongside. Here's the rest of your grid. Jake Putnam had a struggling day in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series event yesterday. Darby King, who had an okay run. Briley Anderson. Bella Santiago making her Buffalo or Monster Energy Series debut. She is a driver from the Buffalo Wild Wings Series. Hattie Swore, who failed to qualify for the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race yesterday. Samantha Greenville and Amanda Wallace rounded out the field. Wallace had a miserable day yesterday in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series events. All right, now the field's going to roll off behind the pace car. Another 38 laps about to be run. All right, there we go. Going to be interesting to see how all of these drivers will do after watching the Division 1 race. Of course, the track, it's been sunny all day. Second of 4 for the weekend. So far, everybody has not had any issues today. All right, here we go. Of course, forgot to mention Leela Bakai. Of course, this is the closest she can get to a home race because she is from Honolulu, Hawaii, but her team is located here in Fontana. Green flag for Division 1. The part-timer will be race 1. The Division 1 is like race 2, Division 2, race 3, etc. So, yeah. Another 38 laps of racing. Annie Einstein going for the second position on Samantha Maple. Are they 5 wide back there? Saw somebody was right. Oh, did they get cautions out? So we're 2 for 2 and having a rack. Oh, and that was Mackenzie Thompson. Crystal Fontaine was torn up. They probably went 5 wide down the backstretch. I was like, are they 5 wide? Good grief. Lap 1, for goodness sakes. Now let's slow down under the yellow here, folks. It's like somebody got turned into turn 1. They were like 5 freaking wide. Let's make sure these drivers don't wreck before we go see a replay. It looks like nobody is involved except Crystal Fontaine has taken her car back behind the wall. Let's see what happened to Mackenzie here. Didn't qualify that well. And it looks like Phil Hooper commit female abuse ×2. Yep, he slid up, just got into the 4 and sent them in the wall. That was a hard hit for Fontaine. I was trying to see if these drivers were going to wreck because they were like 5 wide here. Jacob Tutu. Goodness me, they were almost 5 wide. I don't know how the flip we kept it together. Okay, and they're still sorting themselves out. I don't know what's going on with Makoto Tanaka. It's like they're sorting themselves out. They were like, they were crawling like an ant. I was thinking, why are they having problems? Are they just, unless they're still trying to sort themselves out? Oh, and Mackenzie Thompson's race, along with Crystal Fontaine, both drivers will have to go to the care center. Everybody involved in that first crash, or in the crashes in the part-time race, have been released from the medical center, so thankfully they are okay. Even though Blue Junior was in the 26 Mercedes. Don't ask and don't judge. Yep, Thompson and Fontaine. Now the race. Let's try this again. Chamberlain leads on the restart, as Annie Einstein tried to go to the outside to make something work, but we've already seen this all weekend long. The inside line is the place you want to be. I'm going to throw a little disclaimer here. If you see me make a few adjustments to the Monster Energy Series schedule, just be prepared, if at all. Which hopefully you won't. So anyway, should mention this. If you want to join the PCSRA Discord, the link will be down in the description of this video. Because I will basically have signups for Foster's, as Annie Einstein nearly got into Lila Bakai, but that was close. Make sure nobody's caused an incident. Cambridge, of course, didn't have an advantage. Of course, I believe she failed to qualify for the Buffalo Wild Wings race, but learned a lot in that race. Pablo Massa rubbing doors with Phil Hooper in the 20. And Nina Cambridge leads. Cambridge driving for Bumgarner Motorsports, which is a teammate to Chloe Bumgarner. You'll see Bumgarner later in this video. There's E9, Samantha Maple. This is also another driver that's part of the Bumgarner team. That is a 3-car team. Audi went to victory lane last week with Samantha Maple, their first win of the season. And now Samantha Maple, what her goal is she's trying to make sure to make it an Audi driver confirmed to be locked into this season's chase for the championship. As we're checking the back here, there's Lisa Gonzalez, failed to qualify the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race yesterday, or a couple of days ago. Gonzalez has really had a dismal weekend. There's Darby King. Hattie failed to qualify for the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race yesterday. Of course, Bella Santiago raced in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race yesterday. There's been some rumors Hattie swore would be a driver that would be in that 96 ride. I think they might. They were going to probably put Lucky Prescott in that 96 ride, but they may end up going with Hattie Swartz. Marion Jamestown got shoved up the track by Jacob Tutu. That's not going to please Nathan Orman, but Hattie Swore back on topic here. Hattie Swore would be probably the better choice, and she'll make her Buffalo Wild Wings Series debut next week. That would really be a good thing, because putting an inexperienced driver who's never raced in Buffalo Wild Wings before would probably make it not fair to everybody. So Hattie Swore will be in that ride for the rest of the season instead of Lucky Prescott. Yellow again. Kelsey Hobbs involved. Let's see what happened to poor Kelsey. Darby King. Darby King got in the 01 and sent the 01 around. I think Darby's car was really loose. And make sure nobody plows in the back of one another. I want to keep an eye on this driver right here. A little bit of damage to the left side of that U.S. Army Chevrolet out of MB2 Motorsports. Doesn't look like Kelsey's going to run the back of anybody. Okay, Kelsey's just being smart and not running in the back of people, and that's what a smart driver should do. Excuse me, my nose was starting to get itchy. Samantha Maple has really impressed a lot of people so far in that 09, replacing the departured Marco Diaz. Of course, Marco Diaz is suspended for the Martinsville race for what happened between him and Emma Tutu last week at Phoenix in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series, as we're back to Green Flag Racing. So it's a Bumgarner Motorsports 1-2 with Nina Cambridge and Samantha Maple. Hazel Driggs has got an issue. Getting a report she might be down a cylinder. That's not good. That's a tough break for Hazel Driggs. Made the playoffs last season, but having an engine problem. We saw a lot of that in yesterday's Buffalo Wild Wings Series race. Quincy Einstein all over Bella Santiago. Good grief. So, yeah. Hall of Fame Racing did confirm Hattie Swore will be in that ride for the rest of the season. So, Hattie Swore will have a playoff waiver. And we are told the 10 is down a cylinder. So, that is a shame. Now she could be a factor in possibly having a yellow, if you ask me. There's Riley Anderson right behind Ben Tennyson. Riley Anderson driving for... I'm trying to look at the teams here. Riley Anderson's driving for she's driving for the San Francisco Racing, which is a very interesting team. I found out today while I was coming to the booth to call the races. Of course, San Francisco Racing, it's a racing technology team, which I find that really interesting, to be quite honest with you, that how they got involved with racing in a Mercedes is beyond me. But they're doing what they can in this economy, which I'm really impressed. As here comes Lindsey Sutton driving for Winters Motorsports. Team owner Annie Winters had a good run in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race yesterday, and she's like top 5 in the point standings. And Annie Winters trying to make her goal to get back up here to this series, or she might just stay down there and just retire as a full-time driver. Annie Winters says that if this is her last season, she will retire at the end of this season because she wants to help her sister, April Winters, who's had a really rough season over in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series, to help her out. So, yeah. So a spotlight on some drivers like Jacob Tutu, for instance. We talked about Lauren Ekstrom, Betty Byrne, and them who are running really well in the points. Jacob Tutu, on the flip side, he has had a complete opposite. I'm going to check the points here. Jacob comes into this race. I see Allison Lacey are right together again in points. Same with the two Einsteins right there. Jacob is all the way down to 97th in the points. Actually, he's tied with Sarah Redmond. Average start 22nd, let me try that again. Average finish 22nd, average start 26.6, which if you do the math, if you round it up, that would be 27th. So Jacob's not had a good start to the year. And how he's getting blown out by Ekstrom, Barrett, and all that, I don't know. In fact, Betty Barrett is actually the highest BMW driver in points coming into this race today. There's Katsuro Mirmoez. Katsuro had a DNQ in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series non-charter race yesterday morning. Katsuro Mirmoez trying to make his first start over in that series. He's using the Buffalo Wild Wings and Truck Series to help him out to get some experience. Here's a driver that I bet she was disappointed yesterday, Makoto Tanaka. We talked about, Ivory Walker, who was running well until the last two races started having bad results. Makoto Tanaka is the same way. She had a good run, was having a good run yesterday until it got involved in an incident, not of her doing. And here she is, redeeming herself after a disappointing run yesterday. Cambridge second. Here's a 4 wide. Oh, no, they're going to go 4 wide. That's McGinnis, Swar, Bakai, and Maple. Maple unofficially. Oh, no, Hattie Swar in the wall. And somehow everybody missed her, and the yellow is out again. Oh, no, they're wrecking again. June Einstein. Oh, my God, June Einstein. Holy cow. June Einstein has had a violent accident. Oh, my goodness. Timothy Grenville, Lilo Bakai. That 37 flew. Almost in remnants of what happened about the SRA last year. What a violent accident. I'm really scared these drivers back here are going to wreck under the yellow flag. Oh, court. Okay. Please be careful. Holy shit. June Einstein just had a huge accident. Amanda Wallace got collected. Timothy Grenville, Jamestown, June 9th. I do hope she's okay. Jake Putnam, Jacob Tutu. Okay, this is a red flag. They're going to red flag it. Red flag. Red flag immediately. In the words of David Gene Heller, caution and immediate red flag. Two years in a row, we've had a violent accident. Yep, Bakai just turned down and just took out the 19. But what triggered this mess coming up? Tennyson doesn't hit the 35. Oh, Jake Putnam did. There's how June Einstein. Watch the 37. Oh my God, in the driver's door. Oh my God, Van Dam just drove underneath the 37. That was a hit. And it was not even over because Jamestown got flipped over by the 31. Holy cow. God almighty, that was a huge accident. I hope Jacob Tutu and June Einstein are all right. Watch this again. There's the contact. Tell you what, Nick Batson's a lucky boy. Amanda Wallace, okay, watch this. Oh, man. And then nowhere for Jamestown to go. Oh my God, Van Dam, you are a lucky young lady, you are. Same with Pablo Massa, even though he got in the back of Dora Marquez. Let's see how fast Jacob was going. Jacob hit June Einstein about 160 miles an hour. And then Jamestown just had nowhere to go. But, my God, that 37 took a nasty hit. How did Timothy Grenville get a piece of it? We'll look at the Dora Marquez incident in just a second as I went the wrong way. Damn it. Who did the 8 hit? Let's go slow motion on board the 8 of Grenville. Oh, he hit, I couldn't tell who that car was. Oh, he hit Leela Bakai. He actually, oh, wait. Shit, I couldn't get a good view. Okay, here's a good view. Oh, okay, he had Amanda Wallace, then he hit Lilo. Okay, gotcha. But goodness gracious. A huge accident we've had. And as I said, I do hope all those drivers involved are okay, especially June Einstein. Damn. Leela Bakai's day is done. They have... Oh, I didn't see the Dora Marquez incident. Shit. Hang on. Let me pause it again. Sorry, I had to go another red flag. I was going to look at the Dora Marquez incident. Okay. So, how did Dora Marquez get involved? Let's go to the roof cam of the Sobe Life Water Ford. Okay, so there's the incident there. Yeah, Pablo checked up, and Dora Marquez just didn't check up quickly. So, there's a little hood buckle on that Kia. And the freaking 01 just flew around the outside and got through that mess. But, man, that's also a huge break for the... 10. They can fix their motor problem under the yellow. Well, we're going to have some drivers out of the race after this. Hopefully June is okay. Same with Jacob Tutu. Jacob hit the brakes. I applaud Jacob for trying to slow down, but just drilled June Einstein in the door. And I'll try to get an update on their condition as best as we can. Green flag out. Drivers out, and there's a lot of them. They're saying the 42's out of the race. Which I don't know why, unless we had a stack up under the yellow that I was not aware of. Probably that might have been the case. Amanda Wallace, Hattie Swore, Jake Putnam, Jacob Tutu, and June Einstein both have been taken to a local hospital for checks. Marion Jamestown and Leela Bakai are out of the race. I do hope those two are okay. Jacob Tutu and June Einstein, two of the most experienced. Samantha Greenville's got damage, and I have a suspicious feeling that somebody ran the back of somebody and had something to do with that. We understand from the PCSRA officials that the 42 probably ran into the back of the 42 probably ran the back of the 33. That's probably why the 33 has damage and why the 42 is out of the race. I don't know if we... I like Auto Club, but good grief, we've had a lot of accidents here at this track. And it doesn't matter which series we bring, whether it's Diva, whether it's Trucks, whether it's Buffalo Wild Wings, special event, doesn't matter. We've had some violent accidents. And that's never a good thing. We don't like... I like crashes, but I don't like violent accidents that really could get a driver injured. I do hope for the best for June Einstein and Jacob Tutu. I bet you if you're Betty Barrett or Lauren Ekstrom, you should be concerned about your teammate. There was really, like I said, nothing Jacob could have done to avoid that. He hit the brakes and just didn't mean to hit June Einstein, sent the 37 flying in the air. Holy cow. I bet Annie Einstein's probably worried sick right about now. I bet Quincy's the same. I bet those two are just going to go straight to the hospital. And that was almost a reminiscence of what happened to Chloe Erickson in the Oreo Cup race at Coca-Cola last year. But thankfully, Chloe got out of the car unscathed after a trip to the medical center and a trip to a local hospital for further evaluation, which I'm glad she's doing okay. And you'll see Chloe Erickson in the next race. Where the 10, yeah, the 10's got a cylinder down. Yeah. That's a shame for Hazel Triggs. That's also our first time we've had two different incidents that brought out a yellow. Nina Cambridge, the rookie. Trying to get her first career win in this series. Also trying to become the first Puerto Rican American to win in this series. Trying to become the first Puerto Rican driver to win. In the Del Taco Audi RS8 out of Bumgarner Racing. And Bumgarner Racing's trying to go back-to-back. Last week it was with Samantha Maple. This week it's about to be with Nina Cambridge. And this could be second win in a row for Audi. Here we go, white flag here in Division 1, race 2 of the day. And we are told Jacob Tutu and June Einstein were awake and alert after the accident happened, so that's good news to hear. Samantha Maple just gotten herself into the second position. Trying to make it a Bumgarner Motorsports 1-2, and it's looking like that's going to happen. First career win for Nina Cambridge off turn 4. She will win race 2 in Division 1. Audi goes back to back in the Monster Energy Series. So Audi for the second week in a row. Last week did it with Samantha Maple. They do it again this week with Nina Cambridge. It's her first career win. And did Nina Cambridge put herself in the conversation of making it into this season's chase for the championship? Where did she come into this race? Nina Cambridge. I'm going to look. Cambridge, 249. She was 110th in points, so this was a well-needed run for her. Standings are now official. So Cambridge definitely needed a good run. Well, she definitely deserved it. And now she can begin her journey of trying to get into the top 60 in points. Samantha Maple so close, will sell for second. Alice Kitchen's third, Katsura Miramwa's fourth, and Makoto Tanaka completes the top five. Then it was Allison Washington, Lindsay Sutton, Annie McGinnis, Paulette Burrows, and Tony Lopez. You look on down through the remainder of the finishing results. 31 cars finished on the lead lap, which was Samantha Greenville, the last of those. Nobody finished a lap down, and 11 drivers unfortunately finished out of the race. Leela Bukai, Mayor Ann Jamestown, June Einstein, Jacob Tutu. Hope those two are going to be okay. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Which I know they're just probably got their bells wrong. Jake Putnam, Hattie Swore, Amanda Wallace, Pablo Massa, Timothy Grenville, Mackenzie Thompson, and Crystal Fontaine. So let me make sure I saved everything. All right, getting ready for the third race. Don't you hate terrible accents? I do. Also, before we go over this, shut up, official. I was talking, you rude little. I'm about to toss that official out of the track with a cannon. And looky there, the guy who comes in third in the points. Make sure he doesn't have. I'm gonna check something if he has ratings or not. Mike Chilton's trying to become a 3-time winner this season. We're only 4 races in. I'm just gonna check something real quick. Just because I'm Nicky Picky. I forgot who's gonna be in this car. I'll just have Emily Elizabeth run this car. Making sure you don't have you do. Okay. Now we know why. Oh, whoops. I went the wrong way. Yeah, probably what happened is my NR game decided to crash and screw up my ratings, and I have to fix all the ratings, so yay, that's like a fun load of work. So this is our intermission report. I'm gonna go over some stuff, and then we'll get ready for the last 2 races of the day and get ready to have our final thoughts. After the race is over, we'll have the look at the points heading into Martinsville, which I bet all of the drivers would love a Martinsville hot dog. I don't know what Annie Thomas puts on her hot dogs, but everybody would love a Martinsville hot dog right about now. Okay, all that is fixed. Okay, now you're fixed. Now let's go. Also was told by the officials, shut up, official. I was talking, not you. Throws the official out of the track with a cannonball, accepted to mine. Hey, Chloe Carmichael's on the pole. That makes it even better. That's because the 55 had damn ratings. So Max Lipson's going to make another start in the 98. First pole for Buick, Brittany White alongside Betty Johnson and Gwen Tennyson. Here's the... Oh, wait a minute. I got to fix something. Hold on, folks. To make sure I don't screw this up, I just noticed I had the same driver in there twice. I don't want to do that. All right. Problem solved. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Red Riding Hood already took part, so we'll make it 41 drivers, make it a little easier for me. Now, will the officials shut up for the 13th train? I am really about to throw that official out of the track right about now. Okay, there we go. Okay, this will be the attempt. Alright, sorry about that. I just realized I made that little error and I corrected it, so there we go. Now, 41 drivers are ready to go. Alright. So, yeah. Amber Downey is alongside Brittany White, who's on the pole. First pole for Brittany. Sarah Redmond and Isabella Colombo right there. Here's the rest of your grid. Abby Goodman made her making her second start, made her debut last week. There's Hannah Blue Jay. Mike Chilton comes in third in the points in this race. Caitlin Roy. Manny Rivera racing in front of his home crowd. Kenneth Ayers, Soraya Edmond, one of the drivers in the danger zone. Erica Douglas. Emily Hong, also another driver, made her second start, made her debut last week. Chloe Baumgartner, after her teammate went to victory lane. And Kevin Joseph rounds out our 41 car field. All right, let's go, drivers. So now we won't have a mistake on the freaking score 4, because that's what I've been doing, and I'm really sorry about that. So if you saw some blanks in the Ricky races I did for all 3 series, I do apologize. But like I said, I'm trying to get back into sequence there. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Looking forward to the Truck Series drivers, and I also forgot to mention Hattie Swore is also in the Truck Series chase for the championship because she won last time out at Las Vegas. So you will see Hattie Swore and the other 36 charter drivers next week at Martinsville. Which brings us to our motorsports calendar while we're coming to the green. So next week we're heading to Martinsville. All 3 series return, which will have the Coca-Cola Truck Series, the Buffalo Wild Wings Series, and the Monster Energy Series. We also have we'll have 3 new drivers in the non-charter series, which we're definitely looking forward to that. So it will be Coca-Cola Truck Series non-charter race in the morning. In the afternoon will be the Truck Series charter race, then the Buffalo Wild Wings Series non-charter race and their main event. And then our division races. Nice motivational tutor.
Thank you.
And the best part was I have it on the stream. Anyway, green flag. We're racing in this division. Who knows? As I almost knocked my glasses off, and I did that by myself. I was going to say before that happened, there's a good chance some of my roommates could have a shot in the Truck Series. We'll see. Talked about Chloe Erickson, who had that violent accident in the Oreo Cup Series last year at Coca-Cola. The track we'll be going to in a couple of weeks. Right after we go to Sonoma. Chloe said she's got a vest protector that she's going to be wearing for that race, and hopefully she doesn't have another violent accident like she had last year. William Johnson running wide. I hear scraping. Yellow. Somebody's in the wall. That's Jazz Sugartown and Chloe Carmichael. So Carmichael just wasted that pole for nothing. Brittany White has a big lead over this gaggle of cars. Good grief. Oh, they're crashing again. They're crashing again. They're crashing again. Crashing. Oh, no. It's Sierra Harris and Emily Hong. Look out. Chloe Carmichael nearly ran over the 57, or the 57, I should say. Yellow out for the first time Let's see how this got started. Well, at least it's two ladies, so I'll give that the benefit of the doubt. And yeah, it looked like the 53 just ran over Jazz Sugartown, is what it looked like. But then how did Sierra Harris get involved? Let's see how Sierra Harris got involved in this gaggle. Oh, she got shoved up the track by Lulu Champagne, who had a good run in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race yesterday. Yep, that's exactly what happened. Oh my God, the 82 just got stuck in the wall. Almost reminiscent what happened 2 years ago at Pocono, where I took a photo and I believe the 21 at the time, Wayne Lopez, got stuck in the wall. They had to remove parts of that car off the wall at Pocono. Good grief. That was a big accident. I think Emily Elizabeth wants to run full-time again. Truman X is out with a clutch problem. That's a shame. Goodness me. Looks like it's also a World NOS Racing 1-2. Betty Johnson in second. Lisa Simpson, Isabel Colombo, and Manny Rivera the top five. Drivers out, the 82 of Sierra Harris and the 57 of Emily Hong's out. Truman X blew a clutch under the yellow, so he's out with a mechanical problem. Green flag back in the air. So nobody, and of course the reason there was 41 is because I made a mistake and I had to correct that mistake. Jazz Sugartown just got blown past by Chloe Carmichael, sorry, not Chloe Bumgarner. Carmichael just blew past Jazz Sugartown like she was standing there. And Jazz Sugartown, by the way, could not ill afford a bad finish today, because she's a driver outside the top 60 in points. That might have just hurted her chances of trying to get back in the top 60 for her win to count towards a spot in the playoffs. Ditto for June Einstein. There's Chloe Bumgarner. Battling with Prima Rossi, and that is Emmy Lipson. Which I apologize to Emmy for mistaking her with Emma Tutu. Emmy Lipson just focused on this job this weekend. There's Nicholas Dutch in the 52 for Kenny Schrader Racing. He's trying to do good to get a contract extension for Kenny Schrader. Kenny Schrader said he needs to start getting some good, consistent finishes. There's a 90 of Caitlin Roy. Caitlin had a tough day yesterday in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series, driving the 90 out of Rick Ware Racing. Surprisingly, you don't see that is a RWR car. There's Hannah Smith. Three wide with Isabel, or with Primo Rossi, and that's Tyler Henderson. Of course, we already saw Morgan Henderson race there, as Tyler had to get out of the throttle, almost got taken out by Rossi, but we keep it together. There's Abby Goodman. Oh, contact between, that was Downey and Redmond. That was close, nearly a wreck, but we keep it together. And Brittany White, who, by the way, comes in this race 7th in the points. That's actually her second pole. Brittany White is actually one of the drivers who is in the 16 driver chase for the championship, even though we are still in our 5th race of the season. Did we have a wreck? Because the field looks like it's split up. Oh, we're about to have a wreck. No, we're still green, but we're about to have a wreck with the Hannah Blue Jay Isabel Colombo. Oh, there goes Hannah Blue Jay. Oh, no. Oh, this is the big one. Lulu Champagne got a piece of it. Chet Collingwood. And did Bumgarner get, or Carmichael get through that? Yep. Yellow's out. Oh, somebody spoken. Chet Collingwood. There's Hannah Blue Jay. Let's see what happened here. Leaders have already taken the yellow. And that was... Yeah, the 69 got tight. And then the wall goes to CJ Energy Services Ford. And there's how... Boy, I tell you what, Emmy Lipson did a good job missing that. Oh, 72 nearly got... There's how... Ooh, 87 got some air. And I wonder if the 081 got into somebody. Nope. That's a tough break for these drivers involved. Prima Rossi and Isabel Colombo, both from Italy. Of course, Gilda Giovinazzi, we're being told, will also possibly have a spot for, will probably have a Buffalo Wild Wings Series spot lined up for next season as Gilda Giovinazzi went back to her home country to race Italian sports cars as we're back to green. There's William Johnson, Betty Johnson, her brother, or her sister right there. Brother and sister. Isabel Colombo, Sally Foster. Excuse me. That's Abby Goodman battling side by side with Sarah Redmond and Gwen Tennyson. Gwen Tennyson did the newest entry for the Lincoln Enterprises. Trying to get Lincoln their first win ever in the PCSRA and their first of the season. Josh Sugartown off the pace. Mike Chilton's not running well. 2 wins this season. This is actually good news because the gal he's trying to run down for the points lead, or the 2 gals, I should say, that are ahead of Mike Chilton in the points, which is Valentina Fernandez and Courtney Lynn. I believe those 2 are in the next race. Yep, they are. So this is good news for the gal who comes in as the points leader, which is Valentina Fernandez, and then the other gal who's trying to run her down for the points lead in second. So this is big news for those drivers. Oh, Erica Douglas got tight and shoved Sandy Stewart up the track just a bit. Of course, next week is our first short track race of the season, which we're definitely looking forward to that. Excuse me. Apologies for the yawn as we're at the halfway point of this race. There's Holly Wilkins in the other 95. And I said Max Lipson was going to make his final start. Apparently that's not going to happen, as there's contact there between the 84 and the 93, but they sell that out. Ooh, Gwen Tennyson nearly got into Alonso Carrera. Goodness me, gang. And it's now a little separation. It is Chevy, Hyundai Sonata, Ford, the top 5. Lincoln, Ford, Dodge, Chevy, Ford. There's Betty Johnson. Of course, 77 is out of Spire Motorsports. The other is out of World Knots Racing. Betty Johnson, that white, red, and green number 83. We're going to go on board the Wilson security machine. Good thing about Indianapolis, they have plenty of garage stalls for Monster Energy, so we won't have that issue. Oh, Chilton's going backwards in a hurry. Scoutmaster, there's Lipson, there's Erica Douglas. Erica's 28th in points. Not bad for Erica. Erica's had a quiet start to the year, but not having a good run here today, which is a shame for Erica, but she's really doing a good job in this early part of the season. So Brittany White trying to get World Knots Racing in the victory lane for the first time this season. None of World Knots Racing drivers have been to victory lane this season. Boy, Chloe Carmichael has not had a good start to the year. Chloe Erickson going 3 wide. Because everybody's just trying to avoid all of this. After these divisions are done, we'll have your post-race show. Recapping the races. Giving you my final thoughts on it. And a preview of next week when we go to Martinsville. We're going to go from the West Coast to the East Coast. Oh boy, the haulers are going to be really busy. Coast to coast. Now, I do want to mention a couple of things. Number one, we have not had a race weekend at night. We did have, like Trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings Series ran at night at Ricky. Monster ran day. Then it was the other way around at Atlanta. Well, beginning not next week, but the following week at Darlington, we'll have an entire race weekend at night, which is at the Darlington Raceway for all 3 of our series, because the track will finally have lights. Oh, Holly Wilkins is damaged. Tyler Henderson's torn up. Yellow's out. Lot of damage to Holly Wilkins' car, and that was not the yellow flag that Brittany White wanted to see. Oh, Brooklyn Carter in the 50. Is that Brooklyn? Make sure it is. Yep, Brooklyn Carter was involved. And Tyler Henderson, not paying any attention, just ran the back of the 95. That's not going to please Cody Smart at all. Brittany White didn't need to see that. We'll also, after this race, we'll also show you your points heading into next week at Martinsville. By the way, Martinsville, I'm going to throw a little note. You better bring some snacks, because Martinsville could be a wreck fest, which 9 times out of 10 it's going to be the case. 95, 50, and 86, and everybody else also out of the race. Green flag back in the air. There's been also some other rumors. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. Some other rumors that and this is early in the season, I'm not going to make this announcement, but anyway, there is a very good chance that the Foster series will go to the Monster Energy 19 mod, which if that is the case, and more than likely it will happen, then Foster's will be having some races. Of course, I will keep you updated on that little ordeal. I gotta start recording Foster Series races for next year. So yeah, that'd be something I'll have to do in between while these series are going on. So yeah, but anyway, I may end up cutting the schedule down for the Foster series I'm currently working on. I'll post a video later in the sometime down the road. I'll post that in June. So there you go. Brittany White really pulling away. Emily Elizabeth in second. This time last year, Emily Elizabeth was ejected from her ride. Now, does she have anything left for Brittany White? Brittany White would like to see the race end under the yellow flag. Because I'm going to work on Foster Series recording sometime next week and try to get the rest of the season out. I don't know how many races I have scheduled for Foster's right now. As I'm going to pull that up. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Alright, there we go. Oh, car scraping the wall. I heard a scrape. I think the yellow's out and that might have just ended the race. Yep. Sarah Redmond, William Johnson have wrecked. Betty Johnson's torn up. Arlanzo Carrera. So this is the race for the win between Isabel Colombo and Brittany White. Brittany White might have this race won. And Brittany White will go back to victory lane in the Monster Energy Series, wins this race. Oh my word, look at that gaggle. Alright, so this is where it starts. Yep, Caitlin Roy committed male abuse. And then Sarah Redmond, nowhere to go. Well, that was a lot of cars torn up. So we're going to get to the checker flag. The race will not resume. So Brittany White will come around to take the white flag, as she has done so. We are now on the final lap of this race. And here she comes off turn number 4. Brittany White will win at Auto Club. And the question is, did Brittany White lock herself a spot into the playoffs again? Made the playoffs a couple of years ago, was eliminated. We'll see. I'm gonna make sure standings are official, and they are indeed official. Oh, whoops. That's not. No. Yes, thank you. Brittany White, the winner. Isabel Colombo second. Abby Goodman third. Soraya Edmond, Chloe Erickson in the top 5. Then it was Emily Elizabeth, Manny Rivera, Max Lipson, Lisa Simpson, and Sally Foster. Here's the rest of the finishing results. 29 in the lead lap. Everybody else DNF'd and blah, blah, blah. Alright, so now, final race. Oh, Yes. I'll start resuming the recording.
Drivers, to your cars.
I'll put an announcement video or an update on the Foster series when I get the chance as I'm recording this, but by the time you're watching this, it's already happened. Annabelle Griffin's on pole. Hey, how about that? Final race of the day. And Barrett starts last. Oh, Jumba juice. We've already shown you the grid, so we're just going to go right to the green flag. Yeah, we've already shown you the grid right over here. Here it is again for those that missed it the first time. So, I don't need to go over the grid. There's Courtney Lynn's second in points, and with the fact that the guy who was trying to run the two ladies down, Mike Chilton, didn't have a good result. Where's our points leader starting? Starting towards, let me see, I'm going to pull this up. No, not race standings, thank you. Starting 17th, so. Ready to go green flag racing. Tuesday's going to be my busy day of recording and shit like that, so. I'm going to try to record as many races as I can. I don't know why I had two schedules down. So yeah, I gotta record all this pretty soon. Of course, I got Auto Club to record tonight. I'll move one of them. All right, here we go. Green flag. Final race of the day. Might have a Foster race. I may move it to Friday, which will be race 2, and then I'll just have like. I may just move the season opener to next Friday. I'll think about that. Anyway, focusing on this race. That'll be something I'll put in an announcement video or an update on the channel. So yeah. After the postponement and shit like that. So anyway. Annabelle Griffin will lead the first lap. There's Annie Thomas. Leslie Gordon, who made her debut last week, right there in making her second start. But as I was going to say, there has been some rumors that I'm going to be having the Monster Energy Series be a custom car series only, because divisions will be going away at the end of this season. So, oh, Annie Thomas shoved the 60 up the track. 60 goes up, got the wall. '60's lost a lot of speed, but I don't know how we're still green flag racing. That was really close. That was about to be a big accident. Thankfully, it wasn't. So, yeah, ooh, Annie Thomas nearly got collected, this time with a Boney Amirmawez, but we're still green flag racing for Pete's sake. We should have been wrecking. Goodness me. I don't know how we're still green flag racing. These drivers were like 4 and 5 wide. Somehow, someway, we have not wadded the field up. We're about to pretty soon if we're not careful. Oh, Danny Rand and Boney Amir was banging doors on one another. Man, oh man, these drivers are racing aggressive here in this one, but they're keeping it together, which is really good. Of Courtney Lynn's not doing her chances of catching the points leader any favors, with the points leader running well. Well, we have a new leader, and that's Wyatt Garcia. Of course, Wyatt Garcia's in this ride because he's running for Rookie of the Year in Buffalo Wild Wings. He's actually the Rookie of the Year points leader in Buffalo Wild Wings. Oh man, this is a hornet's nest. I still don't understand how we're still green flag racing with all this 4 and 5 wide, which there is plenty of room on this track. You know, sooner or later something's got to give. These drivers are racing clean like this is Daytona, for goodness sakes. Oh, we have a wreck. I saw some skid marks. Are we under yellow? No, it's not. Betty Barrett's damaged. That's a driver who's running well in points. That's 8th in the points. Why is she all torn up? Who committed female abuse? Don't tell me her team owner took her out. Saw Luke Knight and Lauren Ekstrom back here. See right here. I want to check something real quickly. And how is that not a yellow flag? That's what oh, yellow's out. As soon as I say, how is that not a yellow flag, the yellow is out. That was a 26 of London Jackson that spun to 99. That was not a yellow. Whatever the yellow was. Oh, Schweitz and Eveline. Oh, look out, Barrett. Hermione Sweet would be torn up. That would be the yellow. Oh, the 2 Nathan Orman Motorsports drivers. What happened between these two? Did the teammates wreck each other? Or was there something? Oh, yeah, there was something I was missed. Looks like the points leader just hooked Hermione Sweet and took Schweitz and Eveling in the wall. So I was getting ready to say, did the Nathan Orman Motorsports teammate took each other out? That was not the case. I think 28 just got a little tight there. Leading us back to the yellow is Sandy Watson. Betty Barrett's got a lot of damage on her Canada Dry Ginger Ale BMW. Schweitz has got damage. It has been a disaster weekend for Nathan Orman Motorsports. The 48 team ends up DQing with Nathan Orman, but of course Ormy was called to replace Emma Tutu, who was ejected from the series in that Buffalo Wild Wings. Then Ormy ended up having a dismal run in the process. So it was like, well, that didn't do Orman's hopes any favors on that. Nathan Orman had an okay run, and now his 2 teammates got taken out, not from each other, but got taken out with Hermione Sweet, which was a shame. Brenda Eveling is a lap down, and Hermione Sweet is out of the race. It's up break for those drivers. So we're back to green. I'm going to start getting back on track on races. I need to get recording shit like that. Eveline's getting held up, and a lot of people are going to sail by. There's a 33 of Luke Cage. He is a former winner here at Auto Club. Driving the same number, but of course he's with a different team. Of course, that race was like a full distance of a Auto Club 500. Eveline just holding up her teammate, which don't think she was trying to do that intentionally, but oh well. And Dylan Cunningham's there. We talked about Wyatt Beanstalk, who went to victory lane or almost at Chicagoland. Well, Dylan Cunningham has never won in this series, and he's trying to get a win. Kelly Moore's back here. And Ekstrom trying to not commit male abuse. As the 7 team is leading. Oh, and the double zeros and almost got turned to the wall. That was really close. Oh, Ben Erickson not playing nice with Sandy Watson for some reason. Nearly turned the Starcom Chevrolet around. Don't think Courtney Lynn's going to be happy with her teammate holding her up. There's Violet Jackson. Points leader's running in 21st. Ooh, Annie Thomas getting shoved up. That was Crenshaw. Maddie Crenshaw shoved Annie Thomas up. They keep it together, though. A lot of people have been asking me about, so what's going to happen as far as the divisions and all that yada 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 is concerned. That won't be announced until a later date is determined. Pretty soon I'll be making an update video on what's been going on. But I'll say this, that I'm going to reschedule some stuff around. Yeah, I may end up rescheduling some stuff. But I'll do an announcement video later. Ish Taylor's now leading. So we're now at the halfway point of this race. We got 19 to go in our race weekend here at Auto Club. May end up having Foster's. I'll see. I don't know how many races I'm going to do for Foster's. Ooh, Quentin Honeysett almost came down to Luke 9 to 97. That's another driver who's running well in points. Because let's see, Courtney Lynn's not running well. She was second in points. Fernandez is running okay. So Valentina Fernandez, for some good reason, might keep the points lead heading into next week at Martinsville. Might go to a new track for that. So yeah. Yeah, I'll make an announcement video later. I probably might do it after I'm done recording this race. By the time you're watching this, it's already been done. I'll go over everything when we cross that bridge in a second, so. Lauren Ekstrom's lost the pack, so Ekstrom's had a bad day. Ekstrom's gonna take a big hit in the points. I might actually show the points going into our next races. Fernandez is up here in third. How about Fernandez trying to win 3 races in the first 5 events? That's never happened before in this series. As right now, Sandy Watson's going for the race lead. Oh, 74 nearly took out the 15. That was close. That could have been a huge wreck. Thankfully, it wasn't. Oh, Ben Erickson just turned the 60 of Zach Underwood around. We're still green. Zach has spun it out of harm's way. The officials will not throw a yellow flag for that. And Fernandez just got 5 more points for leading the lap. So tough break for Fernandez, who almost got taken out by the 2. Almost committed female abuse. The problem is they're about to catch the 88, who could play a huge factor in this. And the 88 really just trying to get out of the way. Not allowed Fernandez there, and the 9 won't be any better. Of course, there's Subaru of Gloria Tucker trying to get her first career win. Tucker leads with 10 to go. Oh no, there they go. Gloria Tucker and Luke Cage are in the wall. And they got dumped by the 28. That was our points leader. And our points leader starting to lose spots. And that was not a yellow flag. And Lacey Washington's at the lead of the race. Oh, now the yellow's out. I think Tucker's car came back on the apron. Hard hit of the inside wall. Yep. Oh, 88 got put in the wall. That was Brenda Eveling. And it didn't look like she was paying any attention. Just got put in the wall by Luke Knight, and she's now out of the race. All right. What was that? 5 to go. Will be 4 to go pretty soon. Brenda Evelyn's out of the race, so she's had a rough end of her weekend. Green flag back in the air. Who's in fourth? Mr. Where did he come from? Timmy Turner. Haven't talked much about the 65 all day. I might just show you your point standings at the beginning of our pre-ratio next week. Gloria Tucker and Luke Cage out of contention. We already saw the 60 car getting spun. That didn't bring out the yellow. Fernandez still in 14th, but she is ahead of those drivers that are trying to run her down for the point lead. As Brianna Knight is going to take the lead. Brianna Knight trying to make it into the playoffs. Coming to 3 laps of racing to go. Three to go. Lap traffic ain't gonna be an issue. Just checking through the field. And Dylan Cunningham is going for the race lead, trying to get his first career win in this series. Fernandez trying to keep the... Fernandez right there having a good run as we're at 2 to go. Fernandez going to more than likely keep the points lead heading into next week. Oh, caution's out. That's the race. Ebonia Mirwaz has crashed. So we're racing to the checkered flag and the white flag. Brianna Knight is going to pass the 7. And she might have just made the winning move. Brianna Knight's going to get her first win of the season and will take the division race. All right, let's see what happened to the 40. See what happened to you. What happened to you, madam? Oh, Violet Jackson got turned by Whitney Wolf. Whitney Wolf got a piece of it. And Boney was running in 8th until that happened. And Brianna Knight's going to win this race. There's the checkers. And standings are now official. So Brianna Knight, the winner. I'm going to go ahead and export the results. Dylan Cunningham so close will sell for second. Sandy Watson, Ish Taylor, Manny Crenshaw top 5. Fernandez gets 6, and we'll keep the points lead in next week. Therese, Lynn, Whitecastle, Garcia the top 10. Only 2 drivers finished out of the race, Evelyn and Sweet. 40 finished on the lead lap. So that's going to do it for here at Auto Club Speedway. Hope you guys enjoyed today's division races. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the PCSRA crew today. We showed your full finish results. You'll see your point standings in our pre-race show next week at Martinsville. Till then, I've been Dean Full signing off, and you have been watching yet another broadcast courtesy of the PCSRA, the best in racing around the world since 2017. So long from Auto Club.